In order to stop a dark threat from Asgard's past, Jane Foster will need to join forces with the new king of Asgard, Thor. All this and more on the pages of Jane Foster Valkyrie issue number 8. Let's hop on in together, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we are in a dark, desolate tomb. A mysterious figure, who we're told is a god, has taken some sap from the Yggdrasil and is using it to try and resurrect a corpse. Ah, good old-fashioned recreational necromancy. Must be Wednesday again. Now from there we transition on over to Jane Foster. She's having lunch with one of her friends, and together they talk about how their lives have changed since Jane became the Valkyrie. She has a lot more responsibility now. She's still settling into the powers and everything she has to do to balance the worlds of life and death, and it's really been taking a toll on her dating life. In fact, they bring up in this issue, weren't you and Falcon a thing? Well, yeah, kind of only in the Avengers book, weirdly enough. Sam was very much dating Misty Knight in his own book at the time, and I really wish we got a story that dealt with that fact. I think it could be really fun. Now this fun girls' day out ends up getting interrupted when the very earth itself breaks open and horrible shadowy creatures climb out from it and start attacking people. This isn't just in New York either, this is an all over the world kind of thing. This threat is so big, even Captain America and the rest of the Avengers get called on in to deal with things. This is kind of cool because it means Jane in her new guise of Valkyrie actually gets to fight side by side with a lot of the OG Avengers. Yes, I know she was technically on the team before in the Wade era, and then kind of taken off the table again during Secret Empire, so it's cool to see Jane actually get to fight side by side with Steve Rogers. In classic superhero fashion, too, no one thinks it's a big deal that Jane Foster is already back as a superhero under the guise of Valkyrie. Oh, hey, you got a new identity now. Yeah, we all get new identities sometimes. It's a wacky world. The good guys manage to momentarily beat back the monsters, but Jane in her role as Doctor realizes something horrible. All the people who were killed by the monsters weren't just killed in the regular fashion, their souls were snuffed out too, meaning that she can't, as Valkyrie, take them to the afterlife. The Avengers are going to keep order on the surface, while Valkyrie and Thor decide to go deep underground to try and track these monsters back to their source. It's while all this is going on, Thor and Jane get to talk about work and life. Hey, how's being King of Asgard? Oh, I know, it's pretty stressful. I'm worried I might screw it up. Hey, how's being the last Valkyrie holding the line between life and death? Oh, I know, it's kind of stressful. I hope I don't mess it up. The further down Thor and Valkyrie go, the King of Asgard remembers a smell from his past in the story his father once told him of, get this, the anti-life, or the Rokkva, an ancient force that was created in direct opposition to life, a force that one of the original Asgardian kings tried to take for himself to control. For a time, it made him the most powerful being in all of creation. But hey, shocker, this clearly evil death force ended up eating the dude from the inside out and claiming his own soul. It was because of that the Asgardians locked this king and the Rokkva away. But what should come as no surprise to anybody, that place is now exactly where our two heroes find themselves. In fact, that corpse from the beginning of the book was the dead king that someone was trying to resurrect with old magic. But wait a minute, the king had his soul eaten away like the other people, so sap from the Yggdrasil shouldn't have worked. That is, of course, unless they were trying to resurrect something else inside him. Thor, though, is a busy king and superhero, and as such has little time to ponder these deeper questions and opts to solve this problem the same way he solves just about everything, and that is hit it with the hammer and hope that it all just kind of works out. P.S. It does not work out. As the comic comes to a close, Thor finds himself also getting corrupted by the Rokkva. And so that was Valkyrie Jane Foster issue number 8, everybody, and overall it was fine, if ultimately kinda familiar. In fact, I gotta say, I've been enjoying the last couple arcs of this series, if only because the writers were doing such a good job having Jane kind of chart her own path, built around the more universal mythology around death and life and all that other good stuff. Here, though, we're just kind of falling right back into the Asgard stuff. Which, you know, I was a fan when Aaron did stuff like that with Jane for like almost a decade over in the main Thor book, but you know, I liked this one because it felt fresh and different from Thor. That's still not to say there aren't some more interesting directions this story could go in, but for starters, I can only really give this one a 7.5 out of 10. There was some good art, some good jokes, but again, I feel like I've been here before. Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.